Welcome in, folks, to a new game. Today we are starting The Council. It says you will experience a narrative adventure where your choices and character growth truly matter. As a member of the 1793 Secret Society, you will live a tale of intrigue and manipulation on the hunt for your missing mother. It has very positive reviews and it is available on Steam for... Actually, I think it's on sale right now if you get it by November 28th. All right, let's get started. I did start a game and then I realized that some of my audio settings were incorrect, so we're going to start it again. I'm going to actually turn VSync on and see if that helps with some of the tearing that I'm seeing in the game.
Stop! You're not getting anywhere with this, Von Borchert.
You know, I kind of get the same feeling, my dear Sarah. Listen. Nothing. Not a sound. No one's coming to save you.
That's what you think. The Golden Order knows exactly where we are.
By the time your ridiculous secret society turns up, I'll be long gone. As for you, nothing will remain of your body.
If you touch a single hair on my mother's head, I'll skin you alive.
You know, Louis, I have no intention of beating your dear mother. There are more persuasive ways of making you talk. You've stolen something from me that I intend to get back. Where have you hidden it?
Von Borchert, you can't sell that book on the black market anymore. This is finished.
We know you're planning on selling at one of Lord Mortimer's parties. All right? Just tell us who the buyer is and we can make a deal.
You've no idea of the trouble you've gotten yourselves into. Oh, but you will tell me where it's hidden. I can promise you that.
Stop annoying our host, Louis. Son, didn't what happened to you in Rome teach you anything?
Just a few more minutes and my concoction will be ready. With this, your bodies will dissolve in less than 4 hours. You'll see. It loosens tongues in no time.
You know, I have to admit, Mother, the only thing you've ever taught me is that damn motto of yours. Always remain rational. And open. I got it. I've opened our shackles.
Draw him over here. I'll take care of him.
Von Borchert! Von Borchert! Listen. Let's make a deal. I'll tell you where the book is if you let my mother go free.
Oh, what are you playing at?
Don't worry, Mother.
You want to play the hero. Pity you're not in any position to do so. For the last time. Where is Al-Azif?
Let me do this. Trust me.
Please, be my guest, Mother.
Well done, Louis. You reacted perfectly.
How do you feel, Mother?
Couldn't be better. He's alive, so I can question him after we get back. Pity he's just a middleman. Means I haven't finished with this case.
Oh, I had a feeling you'd be running off on one of your adventures again, Mother. You know what? I'm warning you. This time, I'm coming with you.
No, even though you impress me more and more, I have to do this on my own.
Mother, you're no spring chicken anymore.
Come
Ooh,
on,
those are
let's go
fighting
home.
words.
And don't forget to send our men to tend to von Borchardt.
Well done, Mother. You just had to pick up von Burchardt's trail on your own, didn't you? You ditched me in Paris with no explanation, and off you go to infiltrate one of the world-renowned receptions of this Lord Mortimer? And now he writes me to say that you've gone missing on his private island? Which, by the way, looks more like a big rock than a paradise island. The least he could do is explain to me how he managed to lose you. In any case, it is time for you to stop all this, Mother. It no longer suits your age. Well, I'm sure I'll find you once again, slogging through the caves beneath the island, searching for some long-lost mystical object that you just can't live without. I'm already hating this trip, and all I've done is think
Contrary
about
to
it.
what one may be able to imagine, it was not the host himself who invited me.
Well now, Duchess, we find ourselves both invited by Sir Holm.
Well, how very amusing. Perhaps we have some common interests, Your Eminence. Is this your first time at one of Lord Mortimer's legendary parties?
Oh no, we have been friends since long ago. But as I'm doing some business with Sir Holm, the invitation came from him.
Well, I simply can't wait for all the festivities to begin.
And you, good sir, what brings you here?
Lord Mortimer asked me to join him. We have some business to take care of.
Oh, how mysterious. You adapt quickly, my son. You get along here like a fish in water. Would you believe that we are all here hoping to solve our personal issues? You'll see.
Right. I doubt that you came here to look for your mother, Your Eminence.
Anyway, consider yourself fortunate, young man, because there are many who dream of simply one day setting foot on this island, and only a very few ever make it. Indeed, I imagine this must be your first time here.
That's right. Until now, I've never been invited by Lord Mortimer.
You'll see. You won't soon forget it.
Given what I've seen so far, I wish I'd been passed over.
Come, Duchess. They are waiting for us.
We're moving, Monsieur de Richet, if you would like to join us.
I'm coming, Duchess.
The Duchess out here
Cardinal,
just
a Duchess?
showing all of her
I wonder if all
assets.
the guests here are this prestigious. If I'd known, I would have gone for a better suit.
Are you all right?
What on earth?
Mother? Oh shit, your hand!
So,
Okay, it's done.
did you put it in a safe place?
Yes. I made sure no one was following me. Don't worry, Sarah, no one's going to find it.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Right. Just one thing left to do.
No, Mother, no, don't!
What? Have you lost your mind?
There's no other way.
If you kill me, you won't find it.
That is the point, my dear. No one must ever put their hands on it again.
No. But I trusted you.
No, Sarah. Don't. No. No! You can run if you want to, Sarah, but you will pay for it.
What the heck?
Hugh.
Louis, are you all right? What's going on? Here, take this.
I'm sorry.
Keep it. Are you better?
I'm fine. Don't worry. It's getting late. Why don't you go on ahead and I'll catch up with you, okay?
Are you sure?
Yes! I'm sorry. I'm sure, yes.
Fine.
I definitely have to find Mother quickly.
Am I going crazy or what? This can't be real. The Duchess arrived with me. What's happening to me, for God's sake? I absolutely need to find you, Mother.
Here, let's see.
Louis, during the trip, I had something I wanted to ask you, but we didn't happen to run into each other.
Yes, Duchess?
I'm not sure if you remember, but we've met before. At that time, you were of two minds as to your choice of career. Tell me, what have you been up to since?
Okay, we gotta choose our class. We got diplomat. The diplomat shines in society, a talented speaker. He avoids faux pas, and he can convince those with whom he is talking without offending them. Politics is his field of predilection. Their cultist. Their cultist is a master of deception. Convinced of the importance of knowledge, he has acquired extensive expertise in science and the arts. Using others to achieve his own ends does not bother him. Detective. The detective excels in investigation. He is trained to notice every detail in his surroundings as well as the people he questions. A hands-on man, he does not shy away from direct approach. Gosh, I think maybe we should do diplomat, because then the fact of us being an occultist. Wait, does this look like it has more? Are there more to choose from? Okay, the other skills will still be available, but unlocking them will be more expensive. Gosh, I'm so torn. I think being a detective would help. Find our mother. So we have 3 points. Okay. You have 7 effort points you can use. You pass granted you 1 skill in psychology. Okay, so we got vigilance, manipulation, science, vigilance, and logic. These are not unlocked yet. Yes, skill not acquired. So we got to use them all here. Vigilance and agility. All right. Okay, we're done, right? Okay. Validate space. Okay. Not sure what to do here. Maybe I didn't do this right. Oh, wait. There we go.
Well, over the last few years, I've solved a number of crime cases. Like the chauffeur d'Angers, for example. Thieves that tortured their victims with burning embers.
Charming. How did you catch them?
I told the most cowardly one that the others had given him up.
Ah, and I wager your thief suddenly started to talk.
You wouldn't believe it. He told us everything. The jobs, the stashes, the names of his partners. Couldn't shut him up.
I heard about that case, but I didn't know you were the one who solved it.
I'm flattered that the news made it across the channel. And you've got a darn good memory, Duchess.
Well, they say I have the memory of two people. But please, call me Emily.
Fine, Emily. Tell me, I was actually helped on that case by my mother. You wouldn't know her by any chance?
Wait, Louis. We've already met. You do remember me, don't you?
How can anyone forget these breasts?
Please excuse me, madam. I'm sure we've met before, but I don't remember where.
I appreciate your honesty, even if it's not very flattering for me.
I imagine that with your beauty, madam, it's the first time a man hasn't remembered your face.
Well, I must say you make up for yourself rather elegantly.
Please stop torturing me. I'm completely at your mercy. Where have we met?
4 years ago, in London,
No, sorry, I don't remember.
in the office of William Pitt. Remember? No?
I'm so sorry, Emily, but I really don't remember you.
Let's drop it, Louis. It doesn't matter. Right, time to go to the manor.
Opportunities. Your skill allow you to discover hidden details. Select the object that is most suggestive in the situation in order to discover them. Opportunities do not consume effort points. To access the skill required for the situation, you must have unlocked it. Okay, so validate. When the time limit is over, an answer is automatically selected. Check the dialogue timer at the bottom. Okay.
I'm heading off. Don't get left
Opportunity
behind.
failed.
I'm coming.
Darn it.
I don't know where we're going like this, Emily, but you're connected to my mother one way or another. And if I can believe my vision, you don't have much of a place in her heart.
Talents. You obtain talents when carrying out certain actions. Remember to review their unlock conditions and effects as they offer very interesting improvements. Okay.
Good evening, sir. May I ask your name, please?
Louis Moras de Richer.
Monsieur de Richet. Delighted to welcome you among us, sir. You must be Sarah de Richet's son. I must tell you we are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
What can you tell me about the disappearance of my mother?
2 weeks have passed since Sir's mother went missing. All the staff here have since been busy searching every nook and cranny of the island. But Sir may rest assured, we shouldn't be long in finding her.
And just what have you found so far?
It would seem that Sir's mother may be hiding on the island and regularly changing her location.
What is she eating?
But no one seems to know why she would find this behavior necessary.
What do you mean?
On several occasions, we have found leftovers of food, a few of her things, or even traces of campsites. The reason why we're searching the wharf again is because lights were spotted there last night.
Where we are now?
Indeed, sir. According to our information, lights were seen in the middle of the night, sir. After verification, none of the guests seem to have left the manor last night. We think that perhaps Sir's mother was here.
Skills. Your skills give you access to unique choices and actions at the cost of effort points. The higher your skill level, the lower the cost of the effort points. Okay, are there any witnesses?
Did anyone see anything else?
Unfortunately not, sir. Only lights were seen by servants of the manor, sir. And as I was saying, sir, all the guests were asleep, and no one seems to have noticed anything at all. We seem to have found an object that would appear to belong to Sir's mother. A handkerchief. The handkerchief is embroidered with the initials S.D.R. We came to the conclusion that they are the initials of Sir's mother, Sarah de Richet. I have orders to give it to Lord Mortimer as soon as I see him.
I know my mother. She's not the kind to go for a midnight stroll on the wharf for nothing. I've got to find out what the hell she was doing here.
Where exactly did you find the handkerchief?
On the landing dock, sir. The one you arrived by.
Give me the handkerchief. I'll personally show it to Lord Mortimer.
Well,
I've traveled hard for several days in order to get here.
Yes, but...
Invited by your master.
No, of course, but...
Because my mother went missing right under your nose.
Sir, please.
Snap.
And having only just arrived, you refused to give me her personal belongings?
Of course not, sir. It was never my intention to contradict, sir. Here you are. I must return now. It is still much to prepare in order to welcome all the guests.
It is indeed your handkerchief, Mother. You must have come here for a specific reason. I need to know what it is. Let's think. What could she have been doing out here on this
hold
wharf?
down. Hello? Look for clues of your mother. Okay, let's see.
There's no way I'm leaving without finding out about Mother.
A Latin inscription. En nessis, mi fili, quantilia produncia mundus ergatur.
Trying to see if there are any other clues out here. There we go.
Must be an incredible view from up there. Impossible to set foot on the island without being seen from 300 meters away.
This chest might belong to Duchess Hillsborough.
Royal jelly restores effort. Okay. We can't carry more than 2. I could have sworn I saw another blue dot. Alright, so this right here.
Looks like a bar from an old gate. This miserable old bar has been broken fairly recently. The edges are still clean, and the tip is blackened. Without analysis to the contrary, I put my money on cannon powder. This might just come in handy. A sack of seeds. It's unopened. No one seems to have used any. Honey. I couldn't have hoped for better. Some rope. Apparently no one's touched it for a good long time. A lantern. Nothing special. See what's hidden inside. Ah, one of the letters is stamped with the seal of the order. And I recognize your handwriting anywhere, Mother. But who is this Samuel Ritter d'Auchois? Who are you writing to? I don't recognize the name. Let's see what's inside this letter. So,
Dear Samuel, my stay on Lord Mortimer's island is going wonderfully well. As I find myself in such charming company, I plan to stay a few more weeks. Would you be so kind as to send me a gift that I'd like to give to our old friend Manuel Godoy? I would be most grateful. I have been told that he's going to join us here soon. I would like to mark the occasion. Thank you in advance. Yours devotedly, Sarah Faustine de Richet.
what is your game here, Mother? Secrets, always more secrets. You never talk to anyone using language like this. Something's going on here. Who is this Samuel Ritter? And for crying out loud, who is this Manuel Godoy that you keep bringing up? Think. Godoy. Manuel Godoy. Why does the name sound so familiar? I'm guessing he's a man of some importance. Spanish, I'd say. But just can't put a face to him. Well, hope we meet to talk about it soon, Mother. I don't know what you've gotten yourself into this time, but I'll bet you've got a lot to tell me.
All right, let's keep looking.
It's like the barrel's been broken for quite some time.
It's locked. I'll never get it open barehanded. Clearly, I'm not much for manual labor. Let's see if I can get it open another way. There we are. This looks like a pistol case, but it's empty. I don't know if this has anything to do with you, Mother, but if it does, at least now you're armed. Just like in my vision. And none of it's telling me anything useful.
Yes, I think there are 2 clues left.
This wharf is used as storage for a lot of barrels.
Uh-huh. What have we here?
Gunpowder?
It's cannon powder.
It's unusable now. I don't know what the person who left this barrel like this had in mind, but it's a waste. Apparently, someone on this island has gone through a whole lot of trouble to arm themselves. I really must find you, dear Mother, and quickly too.
Amber fragments. You just found an amber fragment. Each time you pick up 4 of them, you increase your maximum effort by 1. Okay.
Amber. A wooden floorboard.
Examine it.
Probably comes from this part of the wharf. The wood is slightly eaten away, of course, but it still would have been fine if it weren't smashed. Judging by the splinters of the wood, this floorboard has been ripped up. Yet it was in decent condition. I wonder why someone ripped it up. What's the point of doing this? Hey, there's something not right about this floorboard. It's different from the rest. Somebody replaced it recently, but it looks like it's fixed pretty solidly in place. It's going to be tough to rip it out of here. That does it. Let's see what's hidden inside. There's a book and also a bag. The Mysterium Cosmographicum. I know that book well. Mother used to read passages from it to me all the time. And judging from what I can see, it's the same one as hers. For crying out loud, what's happened to you, Mother?
Manuscripts allow you to educate yourself during the adventure. At the start of each quest, you can choose what to read and gain permanent skill points.
Let's look inside the bag. A little food, a few toiletries, a small key, and some kind of black powder. An iron key completely rusted. You never know. It might be useful. I hope Mother wasn't counting on it. Some fruit, a piece of bacon, and some bread. The fruit's still firm. The bread's a bit stale.
From the smell, this food's been here roughly 2 days. And if it's rationed, there's enough left to last 2 more days. The bottom of the bag is covered in black powder. And judging by its consistency, it's the same type of powder that I found earlier. This just gets better and better. Shit, those are definitely my mother's things. I recognize her hairpins. This bag smells of her perfume. A piece of soap, some oils, and her powder puff. But what does all this mean?
I don't think we should take the bag because if she's hiding and she needs it, so we're gonna stand
Right,
back and leave it
that's
there.
enough. I think I better leave her bag here. If she hid all this, it's because she thought she might need it later.
Yeah.
So,
that-
let's go through this. My mother's been hiding pieces of bread between the rotten boards of the wharf in the middle of the night. That's not normal. And if that weren't enough, looks now like she's armed. Meanwhile, she also takes the time to send out letters, reassuring whoever might be interested that she's having a fabulous time here. So odd. So very odd. And that's not even all I've noticed. But maybe I ought to move on to the manor now. They'll be waiting for me. At least I hope so.
I feel like I'm missing something. Okay, let's go on up to the manor now.
A Latin inscription.
Oh, look at
En nessis, mi fili quantilia produncia mundus ergatur.
There's this that we need to look at. Why do they have on creepy masks?
How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop?
That felt really foreboding, like you go in, you don't come back out.
Impressive.
Ah, my son. I was looking for you.
What can I do for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you. You are the son of Sara de Ricci, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope. But I haven't seen her.
If only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take the envelope. It might have something to do with her disappearance.
Listen, if it will help, you can always give it to me.
During a confrontation, you have to go through several steps while being as persuasive as possible. Confrontations have consequences on the rest of the story, so don't hesitate to use your skill.
Thank you, my son. I'll bear that in mind. I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
Certainly, Your Eminence. Mother got here some time ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep by now.
Right. I shall see her tomorrow, then.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church, and her help is invaluable. I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
If only she had told me where she was headed.
Watch him be his dad.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
Oh, totally his
That
dad.
is very commendable.
But since we work together on a daily basis, it's surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
My mother and I belong to the same secret organization, the Golden Order, which I joined a few years ago. Mother trained me, and I assist in her research. In other words, you can trust me.
My child, you are telling a perfect stranger that you and your mother work for a secret society. It would seem that discretion is not one of your specialities, my son.
Snap.
You will understand that it does not encourage me to put my trust in you.
Shit!
That's awesome.
All the same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me, and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate. Up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
Listen, you have nothing to fear. I will give your letter to my mother the moment I find her.
The moment you find her? You mean Sarah has gone missing?
Oh my gosh.
Shit! I shouldn't have said that. Let's not exaggerate, Your Eminence. I have no other information at this time. It's probably nothing.
Listen to me, my child. If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother will read it?
Confrontation last step. For the last step of the confrontation, you must convince the person that you're talking to by giving a positive answer. If you give a bad answer, the step will repeat itself until you give the right one, or you have no blunders left. Oh, you have one blunder left, I think. No, thank you. No. No worries.
I swear by the Almighty God to honor the promise that no one but my mother shall cast her gaze upon your letter.
Good. Listen, let's stop there. I'm going to tell you a secret, Monsieur de Ricci. Your mother and I are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priests' safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share all our convictions, she always provided assistance. Young man, you can be proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure. Be quick. Remember to tell Sarah when you see her that time is short.
Well played. I'll decide later when I'm alone whether to look at what it contains.
Hidden elements. Many clues and items are hidden. Some of them will have an impact on your adventure, so don't hesitate to look for them. All right, so let's take a look.
Blind Oedipus. Blinded himself. What a tragic destiny.
Oedipus. I don't know if that's the same Greek god that ended up marrying his own mother or something. Devil's Thorn. Devil's Thorn grants you the exalted state. You temporarily see the immunities and vulnerabilities affecting a dialogue choice in a conversation. You cannot carry more than 5. Okay, so now we have Devil's Thorn. Inventory. Press 3 to use. Okay, so do we just press 3 or do we have to go into the inventory to do that? This big old door.
Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms.
Saturn devouring his sun. Good God, how awful.
That's so horrible.
Everything in this painting is disturbing. It's the first time I've seen brushstrokes like this. Crucifixion of St. Peter. He was crucified upside down, out of humility. Surprising for an entrance hall.
Right. Like, this dude is like telling people, do not mess with me. I am not to be played with.
Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by Plutarch. A biography of the great men.
Do we take the book? This out here stealing.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence, Cardinal Piaggi. He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington, President of the United States of America.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Maurice de Richet. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Richet's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends, do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Horn, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests.
During which time we remake the world.
Accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Richet, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Jeez, dude, you are nosy.
Like you, Mr. President, I'm here as a result of Lord Mortimer's invitation.
2 members of the same family here. That is rare.
You know what they say. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family.
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Come on.
Good evening, my friends.
Holy shit. That's the man for my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord
Dead?
Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
Probably like
He's
45.
asking, he hasn't even turned up? Great start. Do you know that man?
Sir Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat. Very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer. So don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I have already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
Nah, he's about to
If
go
you don't
dig
mind,
into
Gregory, I
drawers
should like to
and
keep Mr. Washington
He
company.
knows he.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision.
I think we should do this.
My vision is more important. Let's follow home. I'll follow you, sir. Mr. Washington, I hope to speak with you at greater length on another occasion. Emily, please excuse me, but I would like to speak to Sir Holm. I shall see you later.
Let's go and eat some bland food.
My friend, I hope our dear Giovanni is well.
The troubles in France have fatigued him, but he will recover slowly. Do not fear. He apologizes for remaining in Rome. The voyage was too much for him.
And right he was, too. The mildness of the Mediterranean, eh? Come, sit down and have something to eat, my friend. You look rather pale.
Opportunity missed. Oh, goodness.
Excuse me, sir. I have been neglecting my duty. I haven't introduced myself. Sir Gregory Holm, an old friend of Lord Mortimer's.
A real pleasure, sir.
You who must be well used to the court of France. How do you find this peaceful little haven?
Charming if I hadn't come here for disturbing reasons.
Yes, I heard the news. What a story.
Indeed. I wanted to ask you, would you have any information about the disappearance of my mother?
Very little, I'm afraid, my young friend. Your mother came at the invitation of Lord Mortimer. Then one fine day, we couldn't find her anywhere.
That's it?
As I said, I don't know very much. Lord Mortimer had the entire area searched immediately. We found no clue as to her disappearance. But I am convinced that as soon as Lord Mortimer becomes available, he will explain the situation.
Thank you for your answers, Sir Holm. But I beg your pardon. I get the impression I know you. Have we met?
Except in my dreams, of course.
Not that I remember, young man. Perhaps you are mistaking me for another member of the Chamber of Lords. What with the wig and the powder, it wouldn't be the first time.
No, you were definitely the one I saw threatening my mother.
Isn't that the powder that like contained
Never
asbestos?
mind. It'll come back to me. Would you allow me one last question, sir? I don't want to take up all your time.
Please, go ahead. What do you want to know?
Do you know the reason for my mother's presence here?
I haven't the slightest idea, no. She was invited by Lord Mortimer.
But you don't know why.
Well, not really. I was given to understand that your mother was looking for something.
And do you know how long my mother and Lord Mortimer have known each other?
Several years, I believe. They seemed to know each other for quite a while. But it was the first time that Lord Mortimer had invited her to join us here.
Good. And finally, would it be possible for me to speak with Lord Mortimer this evening?
I'm terribly sorry, no, he really is quite unavailable. But please rest assured that everyone is doing their best to find your mother.
All the same, it's not the Chateau de Versailles. It can't be that difficult to find her.
Worry not, my son. I am persuaded that we shall find the famous Sarah de Riche. No doubt with new adventures to share, huh?
Uh-oh. No! Oh, dear lady.
Elizabeth! I should have insisted that
Someone
you
get the
rest in your
smelling
room.
salts.
Do you want me to call someone?
Let me handle this. I'm used to this kind of thing.
Thank you, Mr. Dinchet.
Miss, can you hear me?
Leave me.
Stand back, please, so she can breathe.
Elizabeth is accustomed to this kind of thing.
It looks like it's just a dizzy spell.
Nope, it's that opium.
Can you tell me something about her? Who is this young lady?
Elizabeth Adams. She's come to the island for a course of treatment, to rest.
For a course of treatment?
That's right. A seer can do wonders. Are you all right, Elizabeth? Do you feel any better?
When did she arrive?
4 days ago.
Okay. My mother had already gone missing. She's just regained consciousness and she immediately reaches for her brooch? I don't know exactly what it means to her, but obviously it's got to be something important.
Are you all right, Elizabeth? You gave us quite a fright.
Take it easy, miss.
Let me. I just need to get back to my room.
Of course, my dear. Go ahead. You saw it, didn't you?
Pardon me?
I segni della bestia.
Sorry, Your Eminence. I don't speak Italian.
Oh, goodness.
Forget it. It doesn't matter.
I need to get that unlocked.
Gentlemen, it's getting late. It is time for everyone to go to bed. It has been a long day.
Give me a second. Am I supposed to be unlocking skills, talents? Okay, let's see. This is linguistic because they're going to be doing all this. Orator. Okay. Oh, you know what? I've been looking at the wrong place. Etiquette, manipulation, etiquette, politics, diversion, politics, etiquette, erudition. I'm looking for something that has to do with linguistics. Thank you. Maybe I gotta go trace actually. Here we go. Oh, I see. Wait, 1 point left. Oh, okay. So it's gonna level up on its own.
It's all the more delicate.
I'll see what I can do, but the case I'm on at the moment might well leave me with very few opportunities. Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Oh, it's naughty to tell lies. Bet my life that you were talking about something totally different from the decoration of the manor. But to find out what, I should have stayed with them. Too bad.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal.
How'd they get that up
but
there?
I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
So, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
John Adams gate or something?
Just mentioning Elizabeth totally changed Washington's attitude. Looks like he just saw a ghost.
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence.
All right.
On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
So this is what Elizabeth Adams has to do. Journal. Elizabeth Adams, okay, she is the daughter of John Adams, Vice President of the United States. Elizabeth was rejected by her parents and birth and was declared stillborn. What? Brought up in isolation, she grew up into a frail young woman with bipolar disorder, devoured by her terrible fits of anxiety. Her deepest secrets were slowly gnawing away at her from inside. Despite numerous treatments, nothing could cure her. The young woman continued to descend into folly. As a friend of Sir Gregory Holm and of Lord Mortimer, John Adams decided to send his daughter to Lord Mortimer's manor in hopes that he could help her. With little hope, Elizabeth has now been at the manor for short, but she's bipolar. Nothing that can help her. Got Emily. She's from the Hillsborough family. She is an English duchess close to the English crown, very discreet about her origins. Emily only came into political scene after her wedding, that some qualified as marriage of interest to an old English aristocrat on the decline. Libertarian, modern, but discreet, she has taken it upon herself to establish close ties with her peers. In a few years, she has become the favorite diplomat of the Queen, which is what probably prompted her Prime Minister, William Pitt, to take her as a private secretary, thus provoking much suspicion and jealousy. As a regular visitor, Emily accepted Sir Gregory Holmes' invitation to come to Lord Mortimer's island because, for nothing in the world, would she miss one of these famed receptions. George Washington is the founding father and the first president of the United States of America. Washington shared his life between military and political success. Very early on, he was introduced by Sarah de Richet into the upper circles of the influential secret society from France, the Golden Order. He later took the helm of the American branch. Tired of politics, he wanted to retire to his property in Virginia with all his slaves, but that was without taking into account Lord Mortimer, who encouraged him to come out of retirement. On the advice of his friend, he ran for a second term and was successful. Invited by Mortimer to his island, Washington likes to attend such social gatherings incognito. Okay. She is a rich French aristocrat. 34 years ago, Sarah took over one of the most important secret societies, the Golden Order. A woman of strong will, Sarah endeavored to infiltrate the highest circles of society. Politics, trade, transactions, secret of state, or paranormal sphere, the Order has had an eye over everything. One of the biggest areas of growth that Sarah brought to the Order was the development of branches in America, Europe, and Central Africa, not to mention the expansion of her occult section, which she took very personally. Since he was just a boy, Sarah had been preparing her son, Louis, to become the new face of the Golden Order. I see. Sir Gregory Holm, Baron of Nottingham, is a very influential British aristocrat. Confirmed royalist, Sir Gregory Holm spent his career expanding the influence of the United Kingdom throughout the world, from the flourishing East India Company to the Spanish trading posts in America. He stamped his hallmark on key decisions made by the world's preeminent economic power. In England, he contributed to the reduction of the national debt, and being very attached to family values, he invested time in the working class, creating charity schools in order to offer decent education to the future links in the next industrial revolution. A network builder, Holm often finds pleasure in attending the social gatherings of his old friend, Lord Mortimer. Piaggi Giuseppe. His Eminence of the Cardinal Giuseppe Piaggi is a legate. Is it legate or legate? Pope Pius VI. A distinguished speaker, Piaggi worked throughout his career to serve the principles of the Roman Catholic Church. A man of science and amateur philosopher, he quickly caught the ear of the Pope, who discreetly named him the Cardinal in pectore. He was thus able to use this relationship to help Pius VI with his difficult mission of guiding the faithful. Invited by Sir Gregory home, Piaggi was delighted to meet his old friend Mortimer in order to present the interest of the Holy See. Sounds like this dude basically, got everybody here to kill them. So he is the only son of Sarah. He is a young Parisian aristocrat. Ever since he was a young child, Louis moved in his mother's circle, and so it was natural that on his 14th birthday he entered the Golden Order, the secret society headed by Sarah. Precocious, Louis progressed quickly at her side despite the daily treatment his mother prescribed for his chronic migraine. He climbed the ladder until he was able to assist his mother in occult cases, for which he is particularly talented, of course. As time went by, he became shaped in the image that his mother held for him. Everything pointed to, one day, young Louis being the head of the Golden Order. Of course, I picked the wrong thing. I should have picked a cultist for him. At the same time, okay, so he's a Parisian. He was raised in France. Why does he have an American accent? We got some creepy servants. They all wear a mask. It is a recurring subject of conversation among guests. No one knows the true reason. Hey, I can't wait. I bet you. I don't know. There's gonna be something wrong with their face. All right, back we go.
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
How does he even breathe? There are no nostril
Well,
holes.
my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night.
Would
See
you
you
like
tomorrow.
to retire to me to my
Oh, man.
small
It's been quite a day.
chambers?
Right. Where is my room?
End of the corridor, sir. Okay, let's take a look around first, though. Why not? There might be more things to steal. I mean, borrow.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
Bonaparte.
Monsieur Jacques Perru.
That's a creepy little hallway right there. Golden elixir cures all your negative alterations. You cannot carry more than 5. Okay. So clearly something's going to be going down.
Decorum guide.
Okay, rules of decent behavior. Can I go back downstairs? I cannot. I cannot, okay.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough. Duke Manuel Godoy.
This is humongous.
Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Imagine all of this to only bathe once a month.
President George Washington.
No wonder they were sick and dying of the plague and all sorts of different afflictions. It's like, ugh. The things a simple bath can cure. So we just go in a circle.
George Washington.
I somehow missed my room. That's it? I feel like this should be my room. He said end of the corridor. Let's just walk. Nope. Okay. Here's my room. Oh, well, it did sound like somebody just left, though.
So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance.
I think that we shouldn't
but if I
read
open
it.
I'll be betraying Piaggi's trust. What should I do?
I think we should leave it sealed.
Damn. Can't wait to open it, but I gave my word to Piaggi, so... Too bad. I'll wait until I hand it to Mother. Wow! Nice room. Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway.
I mean, what the heck? This is just so morbid. Every single piece of art is just horrible. Carmelite water. Carmelite water gives you the focused state. Your next skill will cost no effort. You cannot carry more than 5. I start using all this. Okay. I don't think I was supposed to be using it yet.
Saturn devouring his son.
Again?
I saw the same theme in the hall.
Right.
I wouldn't like to be his son.
Judith beheading Holofernes. Ironic in a way, when you know that the artist represented herself as Judith beheading her mentor, who had raped her.
Wow.
Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices. Saint Francis of Assisi in ecstasy, before superior voices. The conversion of Saint Paul by Caravaggio. It's incredible. It doesn't look like a copy, but I was sure the original was in Rome.
Like history lesson in art. Okay, we can't. Oh my goodness, this place keeps going.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
I read that book a long time ago. It's very disturbing. He's gonna see something. Maybe a light. Alright, I was hoping that something would pop up, but... And so this is the bedroom. Let's go back. Oh, no, I wasn't ready for you to go to bed. No! Okay. Hopefully we wake up in the bed. Well... I could remain in Grand Hall to speak to... Okay. That's cool. So we went up to Amanda, we pieced together the movements. So that was episode 1. Are we still in episode 1? I know there are 5 episodes in the entire game. So we have four points that we can use. I need linguistics. Alright, equipping manuscripts. Here you can choose what to read during the adventure. Each manuscript you read confers skill points at the end of the quest. Okay, so we can use rules of civility and decent behavior. Parallel lives. So this one, a treatise on good manners, intended for the Jesuit College of La Flèche. The art of knowing people by their physiognomy. Analyze individuals. I think I like this one. Scientific essay combining the most precise. I think we should do this one too. Okay, so I can only do 1. I think you can do 5.
Your turn? The servants are not very efficient.
Durocher can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of de Richet's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Oh, what a pity to lose a knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry, Gregory. The game won't disappear. I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Ah, good evening, gentlemen. Please forgive me for this late hour.
It is never too late. And we have much to discuss.
That was
one last move?
Oh.
Don't worry. Our games always seem to end like this.
Or always start like this. Come, take a seat, my friend.
The plot has thickened. The men walk like they got a lot of junk in the trunk.
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President?
There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep. A very good night to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
Oh wait, now he's at his door, I think. He's knocking. That's so crazy.
I'm coming.
Okay, we gotta go around and grab stuff real quick.
Dear Monsieur de Richet, please excuse me, but I am unable to join you at present. However, rest assured that we are doing all we can to resolve the case that concerns us. By the way, enclosed, you will find a key that will enable you to retrieve the personal effects your mother left behind. Yours faithfully, Lord William Mortimer.
What? Here we are. There's another key.
Inspiration of St. Matthew, or Matthew writing his gospel, dictated to him by voices. Last Judgment. Why do I always get the most terrifying room?
Dude doesn't take a hint.
Incredulity of St. Thomas. Why is Caravaggio represented St. Thomas putting his finger in the wound? Thomas looks on but doesn't touch. The torture of Ixion, condemned by the gods to lose his mind because of his arrogance. Inferno by Dante.
Oh, yeah, we already looked up.
Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Okay,
Lovely
I think-
lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
I think I got all the clues that I can here. Jeez, man.
Excuse me. Am I bothering you?
Yes. Yes, you are.
No, not in the least. Is something wrong?
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
Yes.
I bumped into her in the small salon before.
Well, she is the daughter of my friend, the Vice President, John Adams. But she is supposed to be dead.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Fair enough.
Good heavens! I was present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth while I search her room. And perhaps get my hands on some important information. At least I hope so. Elizabeth is in the small salon. If you hurry, you can still catch her. I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true, there are two men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer. Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his ghost stories.
I think we should go in there to help him. Whatever.
Count on me, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Keep Elizabeth downstairs as long as possible. She must not return to her room.
Trust me.
And with that, I think we will end this episode here because I don't want to get the I don't want it to go too long. Hopefully,
According
I
to
can actually
Washington,
save. Let me check it.
Lady Adams is in the small salon. I better hurry.
All right. Stay tuned for episode 2. I will talk to you guys later. Bye now.